the sacrifices of saints like Dominic and Francis. He often fell to contemplation of the stars. Gazing at the stars again, Inigo?
When you look at the stars, my friend, do they not make you wonder about the vastness of the universe? Are you not moved by their beauty?
Of course I am, Inigo. But what makes you go from admiring beauty to putting yourself in the service of God?
Ah, my friend, when you feel moved by the stars, do you not wonder why? Do you know of any creature that can appreciate the beauty of the stars? A horse, perhaps, or a faithful dog. Do you think they are moved by the beauty of the stars?
Of course not, Inigo. Their emotions are not so refined as ours.
Yes, my friend, for they have no need of those emotions. A horse does not need to appreciate the beauty of the stars to carry its master, nor a dog to bark at intruders. Do you not then wonder, my friend, who gave us this capacity to enjoy the stars and why?
I never knew you were a philosopher, Inigo.
Alas, I am not one yet. I must study. I have undergone harsh penances, made a pilgrimage to the holy city of Jerusalem. I was angry when they did not let me stay there, but I see now that it was all part of his plan. I have been going to grammar school, sitting with 7-year-old children, and me, an old man of 23 to them, learn Latin. But I did that in order to learn theology and philosophy, as they told me at Alcala.
And study he did, our Inigo. He went to Paris and studied there for 10 long years before securing his MA in 1534. It was there on the hill of Montmartre on the 15th of August 1534 that Ignatius and his followers committed themselves to his way of life.
My friends, I am glad that you are here.
How could we do? Why, Ignatius?
Indeed, Ignatius, your inspiration and to follow. What are we here to pledge then?
Upon completion of our studies, to work as hospital staff and missionaries in Jerusalem.
And failing that,
To go without question wherever the Holy Father may direct.
Let us then take an oath to serve the Lord.
we swear to serve God as healers and missionaries. We swear.
By the zeal of the young scholars that he sent for them, gave them his commendation and permitted them to be ordained priests. They were ordained at Venice by the Bishop of Arles. However, papal wars with the Turks prevented the fledgling society from working in Jerusalem. The members thus concentrated on healing and teaching. On 27 September 1540, Pope Paul III confirmed the order of the Society of Jesus, an order destined to work on healing and teaching.
September 1540, Pope Pius III approved of the new order set up by Ignatius and his followers. Ignatius was unanimously voted as the superior general. The society initially devoted itself into preaching and teaching young Jesuits. Ignatius later realized the value of education as means to empower young men to become better governors and managers. This came about slowly, however.
What is the news on our colleges, Polanco?
The colleges in Italy, Portugal, the Netherlands, Spain, Germany and India are doing well, Superior General.
All 10 of them?
Yes, Superior General.
And do we have any running colleges outside Italy, Portugal, the Netherlands, Spain, Germany, and India?
No, Superior General.
Then why, Polanco, do you mention these countries? I know that we have open colleges there.
Superior General, it's just that.
Yes? Speak up, Polanco. You do not approve of those colleges?
Far from it, Superior General. It's only that other places have been clamoring for schools as well. It appears that the Jesuits are particularly good at setting up and running institutions of education.
Oh, and who might these others be?
Well, Superior General, you remember the request of the magistrates of Messina in Sicily?
Why must you remind me of what I already know, Polanco? Yes, I well remember their request. And if you will recall, I did send 5 of our order there, who are right now engaged in the building of schools at Messina.
Well, Superior General, others have heard of Messina's request and his speedy action. We have had requests from rulers, bishops, and cities for school. People are thirsty for education. We have the means to provide that education.
We do not have so many educators, Polanco.
If the Superior General will forgive my impertinence, I would like to point out that some that we may educate will educate others.
You speak wisely, Polanco. Let me meditate upon this, and we shall speak of this later.
A visionary. His dream was to reach as many people as possible and empower them to better their lives. Would education be the path of that empowerment? As we leave Ignatius briefly ponder this question, let us ask Father Arauz if Ignatius may have already been thinking these lines. Well, Father Arauz, what light can you shine on this matter for us?
I have here a letter from Superior General Ignatius.
Do read it out to us, Father.
The words have so struck my heart, and I have read them so many times that I can quote them verbatim. The Superior General says, the more universal the good is, the more it is divine. Therefore, preference ought to be given to those people and places which, through their own improvement, become a cause, which can spread the good accomplished to many others who are under their influence or take guidance from them.
Powerful words, Father.
For man inspired will write powerful words.
Hey, wait, help. Am I supposed to keep the audience entertained while the Superior General decides? Help, I can't sing, I can't dance.
Young man, do you not play any sport at all?
Superior General, I was just trying to entertain.
I repeat, do you play any sport?
I'm good at football.
A football for the boy? Give the boy a hand. That's how you keep an audience entertained. Now, I'll let you read out my final message to these good people from my letter in 1551.
From among those who are now merely students, in time, some will depart to play diverse roles. One to preach and carry on the care of the souls, another to the government of the land and the administration of justice, and others to other callings. Finally, since young boys become grown men, their good education in life and doctrine will be beneficial to many others, with the fruit expanding more widely every day. Today manifested itself into nearly 1.5 million students being empowered by all-round education in sports, morals, governorship, and academia. The great dreamers' great dream continues to grow.